Hi there. Today I'm driving a 2019 Volvo XC90 that I had for a day, and I wanted to give you my quick impression, sort of 8 impressions, 4 positive, 4 negative, about how I feel about this car. One of the best things about this car is the engine and the transmission. This is a 2-liter supercharged and turbocharged engine that produces over 300 horsepower, and this being a 4-cylinder, you're expected to be loud, but it's not. It's actually very quiet. It's super quiet, super smooth. The transmission shifts very fast. It absolutely feels like a premium car. The suspension on this car is absolutely amazing. Of course, you have different settings. You have comfort, individual, and dynamic, which changes the dynamics of the suspension a little bit if you want to. But I kept it in comfort over the last day, and I absolutely loved it. It goes over bumps so well. The third thing that I really like about this car is the headlights that you experience at night. I got a chance to drive this car at night last night, and even my wife noted that these are the best headlights at night she has ever seen, and I agree. Our 15 XC60 doesn't have such headlights. My 2017 BMW M3 doesn't have such awesome headlights. These headlights are absolutely fantastic. Both low beams and high beams are great. Visibility at night is so awesome. I typically hate driving at night, but in this case, driving at night was an absolute breeze. The last thing that really kind of made me say wow is this car's optional pilot assist. And what it does is it's sort of like your smart cruise control. Not only does it keep a certain distance from a car in front of you, but also keeps you in lanes. So let's try to demonstrate it. Pilot assist, bam. So pilot assist is on. The steering should be steering for me automatically. Let's see. So it senses the line. See how it just turns me? And there's a turn coming up. Hold on, apply steering. All right. You have to reset it every 15 seconds or so. But see, the car is turning. I'm not doing anything. The car is turning for me. And even though it's raining, the lines are very vague. It still keeps me between the lines. So this is super, super impressive. There are quite a few things I dislike about this car. The first thing is this infotainment system. It's very difficult to use. It starts very slow. With simply just adjusting temperature settings is very annoying. You have to see, it's not always responsive. You look at the screen, you get distracted on the road. I really miss physical buttons. There's no haptic feedback or anything. So you look down on the screen, you get distracted while driving, and it's just not the best experience. When I first got my car, my M3, I got in the car not knowing anything about it, and it was super intuitive. I pressed a button, bam, navigate to so-and-so, it took me there. In this car, you can't do that. Check it out. Navigate to Home Depot.
Searching for address in New Jersey. Select from list.
So, the list it gave me, Penny Pot, Pine Grove. So it basically failed me. Okay.
Please repeat.
I'm done.
Sorry, still no match.
Okay.
Say a line number, or say up, down, or not.
Exit.
Cancel.
Okay, fine. Second thing I noticed that really pisses me off about this car are the rear view mirrors on the side. They are massive. They're so massive, but not the actual glass, but the casing is massive. You have this big plastic piece that you see on the side as opposed to just seeing the glass. More importantly, they are shifted forward. I know they did it so you can eliminate that little blind spot that you have in that little corner here, but by doing so, I feel like they eliminated the viewing area on the glass. I think it's just a funky design, and I really don't like it. I was inspecting the car, and I opened the front door. Everything's nice. It's beautifully appointed. The back door, a lot of room in the back. Then I noticed this car has a third row. I popped up the third row and I sat in it, and it's not really usable. I personally wouldn't feel safe sitting in that third row driving for any distance. The last thing that I found absolutely funny is this. Check it out. You put, and again, I don't know if the camera's not going to pick it up, but the climate vent or the blower is so loud. Even in the lowest settings, oops, that's not me. You're driving on the highway in this luxurious quietness, yet you put the fan on and you get that humming noise. I don't know if this is by design. All the vents are open, or were open when I was testing it, so I know it's not user error, but the vents are so loud. If you are looking for a premium SUV that has great pickup, is luxurious, yet annoys you with this technology that I don't think will ever get intuitive to you as a driver, then this is the car for you. Me personally, I think I'm done with Volvos for now. I don't want to sound like a BMW snob, but the technology in a BMW is what sold me on it. I wasn't expecting it, but I drove the new Mercedes, and I also wasn't happy with the infotainment system. All right, so I'm back here at the dealer. I'm returning my car. Here, let me park here on the side, take my camera equipment off. Look how many Volvos they have there parked. Look at that. I'm returning this car, picking up my XC90. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this was somewhat helpful. This was a quick impression I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. And I'm back in my analog XC90, and I've got to say, it feels a lot smaller. 300 horsepower, baby. It feels super fast, and the best thing about this car is, check it out. Ooh, physical buttons. You want to raise the temperature? Physical buttons. You can drive. Look at the screen. Ah, yes. Up and down, up and down. Passenger, up and down, up and down. Much easier.